You jump into a swimming pool filled with liquid hydrogen right now. The air is clear. The water looks inviting. It is exactly 20 Kelvin, that is minus 253 degrees Celsius. Your skin meets the surface. The world changes instantly. This is a bad idea. Impact doesn't feel like water. It feels like hitting a wall of solid glass. The temperature difference is so extreme that the liquid doesn't even touch you at first. A thin layer of hydrogen gas forms around your body. This is the Leidenfrost effect. It provides a momentary shield of vapor. It is a very brief mercy. The shield collapses in milliseconds. Thermal energy departs your body at a violent, terrifying speed. Moisture in the skin flash freezes. Pores turn into microscopic ice spikes. The water in your cells expands as it crystallizes, shredding cell membranes from the inside out. This isn't just cold, it is a molecular assault. Blood flow stops instantly. Veins turn into fragile glass tubes. The heart attempts one last beat, but the muscle is now a frozen block of biological porcelain. Nerve endings fire a final, chaotic signal of agony before they shatter. You are no longer a biological organism. You have become a human-shaped popsicle made of ice and carbon. The pool is now boiling violently because your body is a scorching heat source. The pool liner was not rated for cryogenic liquids. The plastic becomes brittle. It cracks with the sound of a gunshot. Thousands of gallons of liquid hydrogen leak into the concrete foundation. The ground begins to heave. The swimming pool is now a disaster zone. Liquid hydrogen is incredibly light. You don't sink, you bob on the surface like a frozen cork. As the liquid boils, massive clouds of hydrogen gas billow upward. These clouds displace the oxygen. Anyone standing poolside is now breathing pure hydrogen. They are not suffocating yet, but they are standing in a giant, invisible fuel tank. The heat from your frozen corpse continues to drive the evaporation. The gas expands rapidly, 700 times its liquid volume. The surrounding air is pushed away in a shimmering wave of distortion. The temperature of the pool area drops. Condensation turns the air into a thick white fog. Visibility vanishes. The only thing remaining in the mist is a rigid, frost-covered stickman floating in a sea of boiling fuel, waiting for a single, tiny mistake to happen. The physics of the situation are now leaning toward a catastrophe. Hydrogen is the smallest molecule in the universe. It leaks through everything. It seeps into the concrete. It permeates the metal pipes of the pool heater. The atmosphere is now a perfect stoichiometric mix of fuel and oxygen. This is the most explosive mixture known to science. All that is missing is an ignition source. Static electricity builds up as the hydrogen gas rubs against the plastic pool fence. A single spark jumps from a finger to a railing. It is a tiny blue flicker. For 1 microsecond, nothing happened. Then the chemistry takes over. The spark triggers a chain reaction. The hydrogen gas ignites. The combustion wave moves at supersonic speeds. The pool doesn't just catch fire, it becomes a fuel-air explosive. The expansion is instantaneous. The pressure wave flattens the fence. It shatters every window in a 3-block radius. The heat exceeds the surface of the sun for a fraction of a second. Your frozen remains are not melted. They are instantly converted into an expanding cloud of ionized plasma. The explosion creates a crater where the backyard used to be. The shockwave travels through the neighborhood, stripping paint from cars and blowing doors off hinges. The fireball rises into the stratosphere, a towering pillar of white-hot energy. This is not a campfire. This is a localized atmospheric event. The sound is a singular bone-shaking crack that can be heard 3 cities away. As the fireball expands, it pulls surrounding air back into the vacuum. This creates a secondary wind that sucks debris back into the center of the blast. The neighborhood swimming pool association is now facing a significant administrative challenge. The local fire department arrives, but there is nothing left to extinguish. The pool, the house, and the frozen stickman have been erased from the physical map. The remaining concrete is glowing red. The air smells like ozone and regret. In the distance, a few terrified neighbors are staring at the void. The laws of thermodynamics have been satisfied. The energy has been distributed. The local ecosystem has been permanently altered. All that remains is a perfectly circular hole in the earth and a very confused insurance adjuster standing on the edge. The blast radius is officially measured at 200 meters. The total energy release is equivalent to several tons of TNT. Technically, you died the moment you touched the liquid. The explosion was just a loud way of announcing your departure. The chemical reaction was clean. No smoke, no ash, just a blinding flash and a total lack of a backyard. You have successfully demonstrated the volatility of cryogenic fuels using your own body as a primary catalyst. The insurance company denies the claim. They cite the fine print. Section 4, paragraph 12 clearly states that pools must not be filled with liquefied gases. The Homeowners Association fines your estate $500 for the unauthorized removal of the backyard landscaping. This is inconvenient. That is what happens when you bathe in rocket fuel. Subscribe to the What If Club for more ways to accidentally vaporize your neighborhood. We will see you next time.